Denver is holding a runoff election for several city offices, including mayor, clerk and recorder, and city council members in 5 different council districts. Plus, there is one issue on the ballot, the Let Denver Vote initiative. On this short edition of Denver Decides, we'll look at the pros and cons of this issue and at the 7 candidate races, all for this June 4th, 2019 municipal runoff election. First up, the ballot issue, Initiated Ordinance 302. This ballot issue was a citizen-initiated measure, meaning citizens gathered enough signatures on a petition, which were then certified and placed on the ballot. Initiated Ordinance 302 is the Let Denver Vote initiative. The purpose of the ordinance is to prohibit the use of public monies or resources towards the future Olympic Games without prior voter approval. The ordinance asks voters if the City of Denver should enact a measure prohibiting the use of public monies, resources, or fiscal guarantees in connection with any future Olympic Games without the city first obtaining voter approval at a regularly scheduled municipal election or special election should the city decide to use public monies, resources, or guarantees for this purpose. Here are the pros and cons for Initiated Ordinance 302.
Proponents argue Denver voters deserve the final say on any proposal to spend tax dollars on the Olympics. The initiative keeps Denver's options open regarding hosting future Olympics. It would avoid closing any doors on a long-term basis, but empowers voters to weigh proposals concerning the Olympics on a case-by-case basis. They say hosting the Olympics brings significant financial risk and long-lasting impacts. Host cities are expected to cover the consistent cost overruns of Olympic Games. This proposal would let the public weigh in on information including exact plans, costs, fiscal commitment, environmental impacts, and more. In addition, those in favor say decisions to invest taxpayer dollars in the Olympics are left to elected officials who will be long gone from office when the Olympics would come to town, while taxpayers will still be here to foot the bill. They say voters can preemptively decide now on the right to vote and ensure that future generations retain that right regarding any future proposal for a tax-funded Olympics in Denver.
Those opposed to Ordinance 302 say this seemingly innocuous initiative to protect the taxpayer is dangerously broad and has unintended consequences. They say it is brought by a group that is woefully misinformed about the risks, namely the potential costs to the taxpayer of bidding and hosting Olympic and Paralympic Games. They say the measure means private organizations would be unable to even address the issue of an Olympic bid. Without interaction of government, there can be no bid, even one entirely privately financed. They say the initiative doesn't aim to protect taxpayers, it aims to kill any hope of ever bidding for an Olympics. Opponents also say that the Olympics requires public involvement to be safe and efficient. It is critical that city officials not be prohibited from performing their civic duties. If passed, even a single police officer could be restricted from performing vital public safety duties. They also say the Olympics are not coming to Denver, and the only group that can submit a bid is the United States Olympic Committee. The Olympic Exploratory Committee recommended hosting the Olympics should be voted on in a statewide ballot initiative. The voters of Colorado, not just Denver, should have the final say.
You can get more information about this city ballot measure through the Local Ballot Question Guide available at denvervotes.org under Voter and Election Information and at Denver libraries and recreation centers. Also, the Denver Decides partners sponsored a forum for this issue. You can watch the forum on Denver 8 TV or online at denverdecides.org. Now we'll take a look at the candidates. In these candidate races, no one person received 51% of the vote, so a runoff is being held. The candidates we'll show you now are listed in ballot order. We'll also show you where you can get more information about the candidates.
The 2 candidates in the mayoral runoff are incumbent Michael B. Hancock at hancockfordenver.com and Jamie Gillis at jamiefordenver.com.
Voters will choose between these top 2 candidates for Denver Clerk and Recorder: Peg Pearl at pearlfordenver.com and Paul D. Lopez at lopezfordenver.com.
For City Council District 1 in far northwest Denver, the top 2 candidates are Mike Soma at somafordenverdistrict1.com and Amanda Sandoval at amandasandoval.com.
In Central West Denver, in City Council District 3, the 2 candidates are Jamie Torres at jamietorresforcouncil.com, and Veronica Barella at barellafor3.com.
For City Council District 5 in East Central Denver, voters will choose between incumbent Mary Beth Sussman at sussmanfordistrict5.com and Amanda Sawyer at amandasawyerfordenvercitycounc.godaddysite.com.
Voters in Northwest Denver's District 9 will make the choice between Candy Cidabacca at candyforcouncil.org and incumbent Albus Brooks at albusbrooks.com.
In District 10 in Central Denver, voters will decide between incumbent Wayne New at wayneforcouncil.com and Chris Hines at chrisfordenver.com.
The Denver Decides partners also held forums for these city offices. You can learn more about the candidates during their forums. Watch on Denver 8 TV or online at denverdecides.org. You can get the schedule for the televised forums at denver8.tv. Just as it has been done in the last few years, ballots will be mailed to active voters. Be sure your completed ballot arrives by 7 p.m. on Election Day, June 4th, in order to be counted. You can turn in your ballot one of several ways. You can mail it back, drop it off at a 24-hour ballot drop-off box, deliver it to a voter service and polling center, including their drive-through drop-off options, or vote at a mobile Holland Votes location. Also, if you spoil your ballot or need a replacement, or if you prefer to vote on a machine, you may do so at any one of the voter service and polling centers. The hours and locations for these options will be mailed with your ballot. You can also find the information on denvervotes.org. As you see, there are many options to vote and turn in your ballot. If you have questions on the voting process, including registering to vote, you can go to denvervotes.org or call 720-913-VOTE. That's 720-913-8683. Additionally, you can visit the Denver Elections Division on Facebook/Denver Elections, or follow them on Twitter/Denver Elections, #Denver Votes. You can also track your ballot every step of the way with Ballot Trace. It's an award-winning, innovative mail ballot tracking system developed for Denver's mail ballot voters. Sign up on denvervotes.org. Thanks for watching, and be sure to exercise your right as an American and vote.